Eagle 102, broadcasting 24/7, 365. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. Area High School Baseball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM Radio app. Now to the diamond for high school baseball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good afternoon. We are at Silex this afternoon for high school baseball as the Owls take on the Clopton Hawks this afternoon. Mark Fronick, Maddie Ingram. We'll take a quick break, start the pregame show for you next on Eagle 102.
Game of the week.
Back at Silex High School for Tuesday afternoon baseball here on KJFM. Mark Fronick, Maddie Ingram, and this is an interesting matchup between these two teams in the EMO. We know that Clopton is coming back from a partial season last year and the COVID season before that, and are a little bit behind, but they've got a good pitcher, and Silex is very pitcher-driven as well. So we should see a pitcher's duel here this afternoon if the Clopton defense can hold up.
We should see a pitcher's duel this afternoon. Schwellman is on the mound for the Silex Owls, and Clark is on the mound for the Clopton Hawks. And so it should be a pretty good game pitching-wise. So we'll see how the hitters respond as they're going to have some tough at-bats today. So it could be a pretty close game today between the Owls and the Hawks.
And I think it's going to come down to who can make the least mistakes on the field. Clopton being behind like that, that's where you kind of run into issues, especially if you don't hit the ball a lot. Fielding errors can be a big transition in a ball game. And then Silex, we saw them against Bowling Green last week, and they uncharacteristically made a few errors, and that was kind of the difference in that ball game.
That was truly the difference in that game. It was a 3-0 loss to Bowling Green, and Bowling Green is one of those teams that has been known to put quite a few runs on teams this year, and so to hold Bowling Green to 3-0 is pretty good, but they had opportunities to capitalize and unfortunately did not in that game, which was really what separated them between a win and a loss. And so today is really going to be a test and see where they're at going into that conference play later, and then preparing them for district play, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's getting down to the nitty and the gritty of this 2022 season for sure. We'll take a look at our keys to the game after this on Eagle 102. And like we said in the overview, I think this one is going to come down to who makes the least mistakes here this afternoon between the Clopton Hawks and the Silex Owls.
It's going to come down to who makes the least mistakes and who has the least base runners on this afternoon, because it's really going to come down to pitching. Who has the best day on the mound, if it's going to be Clark or Twellman. So it's how those pitchers are going to battle and who's going to have the most base runners on and who's going to make the mistakes in the field, and who's going to cross those runs across the plate.
And two very different pitchers here this afternoon. Clark, a power guy, but he can hit spots as well. But Twellman relies a lot on the breaking stuff.
A lot on the breaking stuff, and he's known to tie hitters up and get them out on their front foot, and typically gets quite a few ground balls.
The umpires are on the field. The pre-game warm-ups are over. We have an umpire in a sling. That's never a good thing. Our field umpire here this afternoon. We'll see how that affects his out calls today. And I wonder if he tore that or something.
Yeah,
doing
a strike three call.
Yeah,
got a little aggressive this afternoon or something.
I don't know, maybe. But those are our keys to the game. We'll check starting lineups for you next on Eagle 102. And our starting lineups for this ball game. First for the visiting Clopton Hawks. They'll lead it off with the shortstop, number 4, Tyler Koontz. Then the catcher, number 3, Jordan Genuine. Pitcher in the 3 spot, number 22, Will Clark. Third baseman bats cleanup, number 8, Tyler Jarrett. The center fielder in the 5 spot, number 11, Adam Lindsay. In the 6th spot, it's the second baseman, number 24, Colton Weber. Batting 7th, the first baseman, number 5, Peter Daskalakis. Right fielder in the 8 spot, number 2, Landon Blackwell. And the DH bats in the 9 hole. That's number 10, Malik Marshall. Flexing in left field will be number 6, Christopher Ferguson. So again, for the Hawks, it's Koontz, Genuine, Clark, Jarrett, Lindsay, Weber, Daskalakis, Blackwell, and Marshall, with Ferguson fielding only. The Hawks are coached by Luke Hemphill and assisted by Steve Lovell and Dan Schnitker. For the Silex Owls, they're coached by Ken Hefty, assisted by Cody Bear. They'll lead it off with the shortstop, number 2, Ian Beckham. Second baseman bats second, number 79, Wesley Perkins. Catcher in the 3 spot, number 6, Daniel Havlick. Center fielder bats cleanup today, number 1, Blake Thurman. Left fielder in the 5 spot, number 9, Gage Lorenz. Then the pitcher, number 13, Colin Twellman. Batting 7th, the third baseman, number 5, Max Levy. 8th spot belongs to the first baseman, number 31, Hunter Hubbard. And the DH occupies that 9 spot, number 15, Tyler Twellman. And flexing in right field will be number 12, Josh Price. So again, for the Owls, it's Beckham, Perkins, Havlick, Thurman, Lorenz, Twellman, Levy, Hubbard, and Tyler Twellman, with Price fielding only here this afternoon. Those are our starting lineups. We'll have the first pitch in just minutes here on Eagle 102. Getting ready for baseball here on a Tuesday from Silex High School. Beautiful Silex ball fields here. And they've done a lot of work on this one.
They have.
The grass is new this year. They put in kind of a right field monster next to the scoreboard, and not a whole lot of left-handed hitters for Silex. So
No.
I'm not sure if that was trying to
limit someone.
someone maybe from Louisiana. I don't know. We were talking off air. They kind of have the market cornered on lefty hitters this season. So, there were some home runs hit by Louisiana in districts last year. So, who knows why they put that up? But it looks good out there, and the field looks great. Getting ready for the national anthem. We'll take a break. Come back with baseball after this. Getting ready for baseball here from Silex. Let's set the Owls defense across the outfield. It's Gage Lorenz in left, Blake Thurman in center, Josh Price is in right, Max Levy, the third baseman, Ian Beckham at short, Wesley Perkins, still don't know why he changed to 79, but he's at second base, and Hunter Hubbard is over at first. Daniel Havlick behind the plate, and Colin Twellman is completing his warm-up tosses. In fact, the throw went down to second, and we're ready for our leadoff hitter, Tyler Koontz, here this afternoon. Speaking of changing numbers, the Clopton got new uniforms recently, and everyone, I think, changed their number but Will Clark.
Yeah, I think everyone changed their number. I was going through, and I was like, that number's different. That one is too. So I had to make sure that I had them right whenever I was scribbling them down for the game.
So, Koontz, he started with 4, and he hits one to the third baseman. Double pump throw over is in time. One pitch and one out, and we are underway here at Silex.
Good play from Levy, who was able to stay down on that ball and pick it up and toss it across the diamond to get the first out of the inning. And Koontz is not slow by any means and got a good first out.
He lost the handle on it when he transitioned from glove to throwing hand, and I thought that might be enough for Koontz, but a good strong throw from Max Levy got him by 2 steps. And a strike on the curveball to Jordan Genowine. Genowine, he started the season as number 8, now wearing number 3. Bats from the right-hand side, waggles that bat and takes a ball low. And the count even at 1-1. Just underway And I think Havlick may have taken that one off the thigh or something, because the home plate umpire, Ed Martinson, giving him a minute here to gather himself.
And he's going to toss it back to Twellman. Says he's okay.
And a little thumbs up to head coach Ken Hufty.
It's a tough job being a catcher.
Martinson, the home plate umpire. I believe Sean Nunnally, the field umpire in that sling. So that would be very hard for him to be a home plate umpire.
It would.
At this point. The 1-1 pitch is chopped past the shortstop. Long run for it for Beckham, and he just couldn't catch up, and it's a 1-out single for Jordan Genowine.
Genowine found the hole there. Beckham had to run a long ways, and he almost got his glove on it, but still found a hole, and that's a single for Genowine.
These new Clopton uniforms look very much like Chicago White Sox road uniforms.
They do.
Down to the script Clopton across the chest. Now Clark digs in. Twellman looks at that runner. Long wait. Now he kicks and delivers, and it is a ball in the dirt, and a nice block by Daniel Havlick. And a 1-0 count. Clark in the 3 spot, but he might be one of the most dangerous hitters in this 9 for the Hawks. Genowine takes his lead, and they swing and a miss. Evens the count at a ball and a strike.
As we mentioned, Clark is our pitcher today for the Clopton Hawks. He's a tall guy, and he does a lot for the Hawks.
1-1. Twellman delivers, runner goes, throw down is a good one, and they have. Did he miss the tag? He's safe at second as the throw was off to the first base side of the bag, and Perkins couldn't get that tag on him, so it's a stolen base for Genowine.
That was a fantastic throw from Havlick, and it looked like Perkins was right there in line to make the tag. I guess he must have just missed it. So a stolen base.
1-2 the count as the pitch was a strike. 1 out and a runner in scoring position, and that one is swung on and missed. And that's a strikeout and a big strikeout for Twellman and the Owls.
So it's the second out of the inning, and a runner at second base.
Brings in Tyler Jarrett. Twellman not going to win any awards for being fast to the plate. The first pitch is hit into left. Moving back on it is Lorenz, and it's over his head and will go to the wall. This should put Clopton up by a run. Rounding is Genowine, and no throw to the plate. 1-0 Hawks on a 2-out RBI double by Tyler Jarrett.
Jarrett burned Lorenz. That ball went to the wall, and Genowine, he was going as soon as that ball was off the bat, and he was able to easily make it to home plate and put the Clopton Hawks up 1-0 here early in the first inning.
Not much wind here at the ballpark, but it is blowing that direction toward the left field corner. So still a runner at second, 2 outs, and a 1-0 Clopton lead here in the top of the first inning as they jump on Colin Twellman early. And this is probably the hardest we've seen Clopton hit the ball this season. This one's chopped foul toward the Clopton dugout on the third base side. And the count 0-1.
They have Twellman timed very well.
And that's something you get, from conference matchups. You get used to certain pitchers and their mechanics. Long look. And the 0-1 pitch to Lindsay is on its way. That one misses inside. 1-1 the count.
They throw back to second base, and Jarrett's going to go to third because it gets past Beckham.
Throw is not in time from short center field. And now a runner at third with 2 outs.
So Perkins and Beckham were almost walking away from second base, and Havlick decided to throw back and try to check on Jarrett, and ball goes to center field, and Jarrett took off to third base.
So now Adam Lindsay If he can punch it toward a hole, might extend this lead to 2-0. A 1-1 pitch on its way. And he does hit to the hole, but over is the second baseman, Perkins. And he throws over to first to retire the side. But Clopton strikes. A 2-out double by Tyler Jarrett puts the Hawks up 1-0 after a half inning on Eagle 102. Half inning in the books here at Silex High School, and Clopton with a 1-0 lead. Let's set the defense for the Hawks. Christopher Ferguson is in left, Adam Lindsay in center, and Landon Blackwell is in right. Tyler Jarrett, the third baseman. Tyler Koontz is at short. Colton Weber at second base, and Peter Daskalakis over at first. Jordan Genowine behind the plate, and Will Clark taking his warm-up tosses now for the Hawks. Red shoes with that gray and black uniform.
Not a bad look.
Maybe they went a little better with the old uniforms,
yeah.
But you know, you got what you got.
I believe that Clark is a senior this year, so I think, yeah, he's a senior this year, so no need to go and buy new cleats, right?
Especially if those have any luck attached to them, because you know baseball players are probably among the most superstitious athletes.
And he has to get his money's worth. I mean, he had a season that was canceled by COVID. He had half of a season last year.
And they're going to give him one more, as I think Genowine was supposed to throw down there.
Yeah. I think he was the only one that missed that message.
Yeah. So we'll try one more. Now it'll go down. The last one was a better pitch for it. I think maybe Clark was a little upset, so he threw it low and away on the one that he had to throw down. Yeah. All right, Beckham will dig in. Ian Beckham, then Wesley Perkins, and Daniel Havlick. 1, 2, 3 for the Owls here in the bottom of the first inning. That's the way it's supposed to work, right? First pitch for Clark is low and away for ball one. And the next on its way, and that one is up and in, 2-0 quickly. Clark working quickly. 2-0 pitch is in for a strike called.
So working back. But we want to work ahead here today. It's something we mentioned in the pregame.
And the 2-1 offering to Beckham is outside, 3-1, and this is something that Silex likes to do, is work counts.
They know their strike zone.
Clark from the full wide. Kicks and delivers, and that one is low for ball four, and the leadoff man is on for the Silex Owls. Brings in Perkins.
Not the way you want to start the inning if you're Clark, especially after your team picks up a run to start the game off. So we'll see what the Hawks do here.
One nothing Clopton here in the bottom of the first. Runner not going, and the pitch is low and away for ball one. To Perkins.
Clark clinging to that outside corner of the plate, but it's getting a little too far outside, and it's not catching a corner.
And that's where Clark likes to live. And now the ball gets away, and the runner is going to advance. Just a throw over, And it kind of crossed up. It was on the home plate side of first. And Beckham will gladly take second base and then mess with the Clopton defenders a little bit.
So Daskalakis, he tipped that off of his glove, and it just kind of dribbled out into right field, and he had to chase after it. So now you see Beckham at second base.
Yeah, he had to reach around the runner. And now hitting the back is Perkins, and we heard that thud up here.
Didn't sound fun. The good news is it's not cold outside, so maybe it didn't hurt as bad as it could have.
And I don't think it was a fastball.
No.
I think it
So
was a breaking ball that didn't break.
2 free passes in a row. So a walk and a hit by pitch to start off the bottom of the first inning.
And a big opportunity here for the number 3 man, Daniel Havlick. Pitch is in for a strike on the first to Havlick, and the Clopton fans trying to talk up their pitcher a little bit. As he tries to come back after allowing the first 2 to reach without a Silex hit. Runners staying put. No, they will advance as the ball rolls away from Genowine. So now it's second and third. As that inside offering just kind of tipped off the glove.
It almost looked like Genowine got kind of crossed up. Maybe he had to flip his glove over and caught it on that inside part of his glove in the wrong way, and it tipped off.
The dancing of Ian Beckham off second base probably didn't
Help with any of that.
1-1 count. Yeah, it called a strike on the upper outside edge of that zone.
Runners at second and third for the Silex Owls with no outs here in the bottom of the first inning.
Trying to tie this ball game up or give Silex a lead, and that one's fouled off the screen by Havlick, and it remains a 1-2 count. Absolutely gorgeous day for baseball.
It is.
Even warmed up a little bit from where we were at this morning.
The sun is out. The wind's not too bad today. It's beautiful.
Another 1-2 pitch from Clark to Havlick. Heads to the plate, reaching for it, and that one will reach the seats, or at least the foul side of the fence past the Silex dugout.
And Perkins is nearly to third base out there. If you watch his leadoff, he's almost to third base whenever he has his leadoff.
Well, he knows that Beckham is quick enough that if they try to get him, it's almost a free run. Another 1-2 to Havlick. That one's up and in, out of the hands of Daniel to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big hole trying to hold that runner at second base. And the 2-2 is outside, and I don't think Havlick knew the count, but it's 3-2 now. Or he was walking to the dugout because he thought he struck out.
Yeah. I think he was a little confused. And I think some Clopton fans also thought it was strike 3.
Now a payoff pitch and a swing and a miss, and that is the first out.
So a strikeout for Will Clark. So that is the first out of the bottom of the first inning. Brings in Thurman.
I think Havlick knew he got a freebie there on 2-2, so he was going to go up and hack at whatever came his way. He wasn't taking that 3-2 pitch. So now second and third with 1 out, and that one almost hit the banner.
And all of his Silex teammates are yelling at him to wear it. I would have hit him in the head. That's not a fun thing to wear.
Thurman. Now ahead in the count 1-0. The next is high as well. Genowine a pump fake back toward third.
Clark throwing a lot of pitches this first inning, not too efficient.
2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runners at second and third. Clopton leading 1-0. This one chopped foul. And the count 2-1. And Thurman himself will go after that baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Early in this ball game, but this is a big point. After Clopton took the lead in the top half of this first inning. Can Silex answer? The 2-1 pitch. Low, 3-1.
We've seen Clark go 3 balls on a majority of the batters that he's faced today, and just getting him into a lot of trouble and making him throw more pitches and putting him into a position that he doesn't probably want to be in.
Pitches are like gold in high school baseball with the pitch counts. This one hit into center. It'll tie the game. Backing up on it is Lindsey. He makes the catch. Both runners tag. And this is a 1-1 ball game on a sacrifice fly by Blake Thurman. So good base running. This game is tied at a run apiece.
Good piece of hitting as well. You saw Thurman do his job there, hitting that ball to the outfield just to get a run across, and he ties this game for the Silex Owls.
Hitting a sac fly is not an easy thing.
No.
That one low, called a strike, low and away to Gage Lorenz. Batting in the 5 spot today. I saw him in the 9 spot against Bowling Green.
So moving up just a little bit. 4 spots, actually.
This one chopped to the shortstop. In between hop for Tyler Koontz. Throw over is low, but a nice stretch and dig by Daskalakis at first to end the inning. Silex ties it. We played a full inning. Tied at 1 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by True Manufacturing, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction.
You simply can't buy a better replacement window than one from Sun Window Company. Energy-efficient windows and doors with a lifetime warranty on both the window and installation. Sun Window Company, family-owned and operated since 1989, offers low factory direct prices on high-quality vinyl windows, custom designed to fit perfectly and built to last. See how much you can save. Call Sun Windows, 573-549-2080 for details and a free estimate. Sun Window Company, Highway 161 in Middletown.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Inning in the books here at Silex, and we're all tied at 1 for the Hawks. It's going to be Weber, Daskalakis, and Blackwell, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the visitors' half of the second inning. And the throw down after the warm-up pitches by Havlick went into center field. Twelman says, get that down a little bit.
So we made it through the first 5 hitters on both sides of the lineup. So
an eventful first inning is what you're saying.
Yeah, an eventful first inning. So we're 6, 7, 8, both sides here to start second.
And I bunt. It's back to the pitcher, backhanded by Twelman. His throw over is in plenty of time to get Colton Weber on 1 pitch. 1 pitch, 1 out, just like the top of the first. And that'll bring in Peter Daskalakis. One of the most fun names to say.
It is fun. It can trip you up pretty easily, though.
Once you get the rhythm, it just rolls off the tongue. His first at bat of the afternoon, and he has one sail over his back for ball 1. And Twelman says that one was on me. Of course it was. It was out of your hand.
It was. It hit off of Havlick's glove, and I thought that it actually hit Daskalakis, but I was like, no, he dipped down too low.
He hits one to the opposite field, and ranging over is the second baseman Perkins to catch that on a line for the second out. Nice play and a nice opposite field hit robbed from Daskalakis. He was playing a little more up the middle.
Mm-hmm. So good range from the second baseman Perkins.
Landon Blackwell. And he takes a sweeping curveball for strike one. Base is empty, 2 down. Here in the top of the second inning. 1-1 ball game. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2 to the number 8 man in the Clopton order.
Working quickly here is Twellman and trying to be efficient this inning to get his team back in there to hit.
The 0-2 pitch. From the full wind. Stops in the middle of that wind. Now kicks and delivers, and it's low and away for ball one. Interesting wind that time from Colin Twellman.
He must be learning from Marcus Stroman.
Well, then he'd have a little wiggle in the middle. And there is strike 3 called. Down is Blackwell, and down are the Hawks here in the top of the second inning. Silex coming up, 1-1 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Sun Window Company, Lynn's Heritage House, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting. Founded in 2000, Sparks Maintenance Contracting out of Bowling Green has since been performing industrial maintenance nationwide and plans to continue growing. Sparks Maintenance Contracting attention to detail and compassion are only some of the many things that separate them from other competitors. Teamwork is the key to success in business and in sports. Best wishes to all the area teams from Sparks Maintenance Contracting, proudly serving America.
True Manufacturing in Bowling Green is hosting a hiring event for production team members Wednesday, April 27th from 12:30 to 3:30 at their Bowling Green plant. True Manufacturing is looking for day, night, part-time, and weekend shifts, plus summer temp help with beginning pay between $18 and $20 per hour. If you're looking for a career change, True Manufacturing may be your answer. Mark your calendar now to attend the hiring event Wednesday, April 27th at 16755 Industrial Park in Bowling Green. Pre-apply now at truemfg.com/careers.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, agent, and Perkins Electrical Services.
Bottom of the second inning for Silex. Lead it off with the pitcher Twellman, then Max Levy and Hunter Hubbard. 6, 7, and 8. If anyone gets on, Tyler Twellman, the DH, will bat here in the home half of inning number 2. Is Clark back out there for his second inning of work. Gave up a run on no hits in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, he had a rough start to that inning, so he's looking to settle in here and hopefully throw some more strikes. He started off the first inning and started off the game with a walk and then a hit by a pitch. He settled in on Havlik and had a strikeout, but after that, he really kind of settled in after that. But
after that strikeout, I think it kind of stopped the momentum of the Owls a little bit, and they settled for that sac fly with 1 out, and really could have been a big inning after the first 2 reached on freebies. And Clark came back and settled it down. So it'll be Twellman.
Battle of the pitchers.
And a strike called on the outside corner. That's how we start the bottom of inning number 2. 0-1. Make it 0-2 on a swing and a miss.
Seems like Clark has found his groove and seems to be working more efficiently already this inning.
Late time called and granted to the hitter, Colin Twellman.
Clark put his hand on his hip and he's like, okay, are you ready now? Can I throw the ball?
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him on 3 pitches. Overpowered that time was Twellman.
So that is his second strikeout of the day for the first out of the inning.
And that brings in the third baseman, Max Levy. He showed off his arm in the first inning. On the first play of the ball game. And that one bounces in for a ball to start his first at bat of the day. Levy, where's number 5? Bats from the right-hand side. Green uniform, red helmet. That one lined out of play over or on top of the batting cage, past the Silex dugout.
They're going to have to do a little bit of work to get that ball down, sitting on top of the cages.
1-1 the count. That one up and in. If you've got a batting cage in that position, you've got to have like a tool, like
some sort of big stick or pole or something.
Yeah,
to
with
punch
an
them
end
out.
on it.
Yeah.
That one fouled out of play as well. And not too far up the hill. Off to our right. And the count even now at 2-2. Clark against Max Levy here with one out and the bases empty in the bottom of the second inning. This one is grounded just foul past third. That could have been extra bases. Instead, we'll have another 2-2 pitch. There's all sorts of baseballs coming back onto the field. Retrieved from the foul balls that Levy has sprayed around.
I think 3 balls just came in.
Yeah.
All within a matter of a minute.
Another 2-2 to Max Levy. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on him. Got him to chase, and that's the second out. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the home half of the second.
Strikeout number 3 of the day for Will Clark.
Brings in Hunter Hubbard, the first baseman.
So a little off-speed action there.
Interesting to see a lineup where the corner infielders bat 7th and 8th. That is high school baseball, and a strike taken by Hubbard to start his first at bat of the day. The 0-1. That one a little too low, even to count it a ball and a strike.
It seemed that Hubbard was really close to the plate at the beginning of his at-bat, and he's seemingly backed off just a little bit. But now he's a little bit closer now.
Chopped at that one and sent it over our heads and toward the parking lot. And some younger kids retrieving that one. The count goes to 1-2. I'd have gone and got it, you know. Late swing, but he takes it into center field. Long run, and that one's going to get down and go to the wall. Hubbard takes a wide route around first, and in there standing up for a 2-out double. First hit of the ball game for Silex. And this bottom of the second inning continues.
Adam Lindsay, he kind of overran that ball. He came in before he went out, and so he kind of had to do a little backtracking before he actually got to that ball. We're lucky that Hubbard is only at second base if you're a Clopton Hawks fan right now.
Takes us to the number 9 man, Tyler Twellman. He's the DH. Also bats from the right-hand side. Waves his red bat. Holding the runner at second with 2 outs. And the first pitch is a strike called. 1-1 ball game. Go ahead run at second base for Silex. And the 0-1 to Twellman. After a long look. Bounces away, and the runner will advance to third. Genuine couldn't find it momentarily.
Silex has a pretty big backstop here, and if you don't play here very often, like if this is not your home field, sometimes it's really hard to find that ball quickly, which is what we've seen with Genuine today.
It's a lot better than the old backstop here,
Yes.
though. That one had about 19 different corners and nooks and crannies that a ball could
hide in.
Exactly. That one bounces, gets away, but the runner won't advance. Didn't get far enough away from Genuine. The count goes to 2-1. First two were retired quickly. Double by the number 8 man, Hubbard, and now Twellman ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. The next, kind of a protection swing there as that one rode in on the hands of Twellman. Fouls it off, and it's 2-2. Top of the order, waiting in the wings, Beckham, who drew a walk his first time up. Not really an on-deck circle, but waiting in that area is Beckham. Now a 2-2 pitch. Runner at third, 2 outs. And that one sails wide, and the count goes full.
Trying to get Twellman to chase. Not a bad thought.
3-2 pitch to the plate. And it's ball 4 outside. And there's runners at the corners now for Ian Beckham. The 2-out walk. Those have led to a lot of big innings.
Hawks looking for out number 3 here.
Silex looking for the lead.
As you mentioned, Beckham walked his last at-bat, worked a count against Clark early in the game.
Kind of fists this one to the shortstop. Dies there. It's going to be very close at first base. Throw bounced, and he is safe at first, and Silex takes the lead. Infield hit with 2 outs, and it's an RBI for Ian Beckham, and he was absolutely on his horse to beat that one out so the run would count.
That ball was dying, and Tyler Koontz had to come up, and he had to make a strong throw, and he had to come through it pretty quickly. It doesn't help that Beckham's pretty quick.
And look at that lead by Beckham. They're not even holding him at first with the runner at second. A strike called on the first pitch to Wesley Perkins, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. And Perkins asking, as that ball got away, why everyone's still at the bases there. We're occupying. He wanted runners at second and third. The 0-1. This one hit past the third baseman and down the line. 1 run will score. Kind of dies in the tall grass there, and it's 3-1. And now the ball missed the cutoff man, and the runners will advance to second and third base. 2-out hits. All started with that 2-out walk.
Great ball placement by Perkins, able to get that ball down the line, and smart base running too by Beckham and Perkins, reading that ball where it was going and able to get those extra bases when they were running on the base path.
Jared Dove just snuck past him into short left field. And it's 3-1 in favor of the Owls. And the inning continues. That one low and away on the first pitch to Daniel Havlick. And these are the innings that have really hurt Clopton this season. The 1-0. 2-0 as that one's outside as well. And Clark just hasn't been able to dial in that corner today.
It's really just running off the plate, and he's trying to work, but also Silex is not biting. They know their strike zone, and you can get some people to bite, but when they know their strike zone, it's really hard.
That one misses low and away. Most of his strikes have been swing and miss strikes in the zone. Go back to that power. Overpower these guys. If that's what's working, you got to take advantage. Let your defense help you out if they make contact. The 3-0 pitch. That one sails over his head. It's a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the second inning with the Owls already up 3-1.
So those free passes was something we talked about in the keys to the game. Who's going to put those runners on and who's going to give the free passes out today? And it seems like Clark's the one to do that, and that's where we're seeing some of those runs come into play. And this is all coming with 2 outs. Those runs are scoring with 2 outs.
3-1 lead, and you've got Blake Thurman, your cleanup man at the plate. Sets his feet, Looks out at Clark, who kicks, delivers, and that one's in the dirt for ball one. Nice stop by Genowine. But you got to throw strikes now.
Nowhere to put them.
Clopton scored in the top of the first inning. Silex answered in the bottom, and now have scored twice more here in the second. This one is through the hole by the vacated shortstop. Mishandled out there by Ferguson, and 2 runs are going to come across, and it's 5-1 in favor of Silex. Big 2-out hit by Thurlman. The shortstop was holding the runner at second, and that was hit right where he usually stands.
It's a big inning for Silex as they've capitalized and picked up 4 runs so far, all with 2 outs. So those 2 outs came pretty quickly. There was a double, then there was a walk, and since then they've tacked on those 4 runs.
This one hit past the pitcher, second baseman, throws and gets the out at first. That was closer than it should have been as Weber kind of sat back thinking Clark was going to get that initially, but he has enough time to make the play with an underhand throw. Silex scores 4 times and take a 5-1 lead after 2 full innings on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by True Manufacturing, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction.
With spring upon us, it's the perfect time to stop by and visit Crazy Ladies Garden Center in Louisiana. They have tables full of vegetables, plants, annuals, and more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 4:30, and Sundays, 1 to 4:30. Crazy Ladies Garden Center, just off Georgia Street behind LA Auto Sales.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated. And Koontz Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, and even snow removal. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction Company go to work for you.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
So Silex scores 4 times in the bottom of the second inning, all with 2 outs, and takes a 5-1 lead on the Clopton Hawks. And a little miscommunication on the warm-up tosses there between Twellman and Havlick. But now Colin Twellman staked to a 4-run lead, and that could be enough here this afternoon for the Silex Owls.
Yeah, it all started that in the bottom half of the second inning after a ball that was left up in the zone by Will Clark, and it was a double that was hit to the gap, kind of misplayed in center field, and there was a walk, and then this all came with 2 outs, and so 4 runs across the plate for Silex. They were able to capitalize. There was a few walks, and then they were able to string together some hits and put across 4 runs across the plate. So they're sitting in a good position here, so we'll see how Clopton responds this inning.
They sent 9 men to the plate in that inning.
Able to bat around.
And the number 9 man for Clopton leads it off, Malik Marshall. He wears number 10, bats from the right-hand side, leans way over in his stance, and takes a strike called. Marshall ready. Twellman ready. And the 0-1 pitch. Floats out of the zone. Marshall lays off, and it's 1-1 count. 5-1 Silex here at Silex High School to start the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss, late swing that time from Malik, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
You can tell that Twellman has really settled in, and he seems more confident out there and seems to be hitting his spots.
As his sign, delivers a 1-2 pitch. This one right back to him. He takes it over, little flip throw to first, and that's the first out here in the top of the 3rd inning.
So that is the 4th straight batter that's been retired by Twellman.
And that's when you know, as a finesse pitcher or a breaking ball pitcher, when they're grounding back to you a lot, and he's handled a few of them here this afternoon, that's when you know your stuff is working.
Yep.
Back to the top of the order now for Tyler Koontz.
He had a ground ball to third base, his first at bat.
takes a pitch this time. He was first pitch swinging his first time around.
Levy made a great play at third base and made the throw across the diamond to get Tyler Koontz out.
The 1-0 fouled to the backstop, and it's 1-1. He got a very small piece for that foul ball. He evens the count.
It almost didn't make a sound.
Yeah.
It was like that very high-pitched, like, ding.
And I think his bat would ding. I think that's a true Illumina. As this one is ripped into left. Moving over on it is Lorenz, and he boots it, and it will head to center field, but back towards second base, so the runner will have to stay at first, and Koontz has to scurry back because they threw behind him. So that'll be an error on the Silex left fielder.
So Lorenz came through that ball and almost squeezed too hard. It's kind of what it looked like from here. He was right there, and he was running too quick, and it almost seemed like he squeezed too hard, and his other hand came through, and it was just kind of a way for that ball to pop out, and that's exactly what happened. So
and then he kicked it after that.
Yeah, and then Koontz is at first base.
He's running, ball bunted, and it's foul. So Koontz will have to return to first base. As Coach Hempel is bringing out a little small ball here, trying to manufacture a run down by 4. It's Jordan Genowine. Squared up that time. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out and a runner at first base on the air.
Genowine, he found a hole his last at bat, 5-6 hole that was, and he had a single.
Hits this one up the middle, and that one will drop in front of the center fielder. An error and a hit. And there's 2 aboard with 1 out for the Clopton Hawks, and they're trying to put something together here with Will Clark striding to the plate. Wonder if he'll move up in the box a little bit this time.
So just 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Clark looking to put a run across the plate to help himself.
Twellman, I think, playing a little mind game here with Clark. Took a stroll around the mound. Now he's back on top. Still right in the middle of that right-hand batter's box. The first pitch to him. Ball, throw back into second, and safe is Koontz. Strong throw.
They were Wesley Perkins and Tyler Koontz are playing a couple games out there at second base. I think Tyler Koontz knocked the ball out of Wesley Perkins' hands earlier, and Wesley Perkins just tapped both of Tyler Koontz's hands a couple times on that throwback down from Havlick.
Pitch was a ball, and the 1-0 to Clark. Swung on and missed. It just doesn't seem like Clark has the timing down against this finesse pitcher and Colin Twellman.
He has a big cut, and he's just behind.
Well, he'll have to provide all the power if he wants to hit one out today. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at first and second for Clopton. And the next is chopped foul past third. And the count goes to 1-2. Top of the 3rd inning, 5-1 Silex. We get some chatter here from on top of the backstop or the behind the backstop area. I don't know. We're on top of the hill.
We're on top of the hill up here. We've got a good view.
Beautiful view.
Runners at first and second with just 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Twellman wants to strike out. Clark wants a hit. And he'll hit it to the shortstop. Throw across after it was bobbled, and that's wide, and the bases are loaded. It's going to be an error on Beckham. 2nd error of the inning against the Owls. And Now this is a dangerous situation as the cleanup man, Tyler Jarrett, comes to the plate.
So that ball was hit pretty hard to Beckham. He fumbles it, and then he had to make a throw, and he was kind of rushed as runners were moving around the bag, and he throws that ball wide, and now you have runners, bases loaded.
Yeah, he was looking to see where the runners were instead of securing the ball first. He wanted the double play, yeah. Now a step off by Twellman as Jarrett gets back in the right-hand batter's box. Two-tone helmet, black on top, white on the bottom.
Jarrett had a good at-bat his last plate appearance. He had a double to left field fence. He picked up for the RBI, the one run that Clopton has today.
This one is hit in the air. It's deep and at the wall. It's caught. The runners will advance. One will come in. As crossing the plate is Koontz, so it's an RBI sac fly. And for the second time today, Tyler Jarrett gave that ball a ride.
Blake Thurman made a great catch and was able to get that ball in very, very quickly. And Clopton was on the bag, and they were ready to tag, and they did everything right there to get that run across the plate.
And only two of the runners advanced. So now it's first and third with 2 outs. So you have that base open as Lindsey digs in. He pops it up. Think it's going to stay on the field of play in front of the Silex dugout. It's caught by the first baseman, Hunter Hubbard, to retire the side. So Clopton scrapes together a run, but still trail the Silex Owls by 3. 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the third inning on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Sun Window Company, Lynn's Heritage House, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Mike's Tire and Service Center, Veolia Landscape Supply, and a taste of Philly.
Well, Manny, I think we've seen more action than we expected here this afternoon between these two teams. 5-2 Silex leads as we head to the bottom of the third inning, and was not expecting 7 runs through 2.5.
No, both teams are hitting very well, and they're doing the little things right. We're seeing some sacrifice fly balls, which is always fun because I like to see teams do that and be able to execute that because it's a hard task to be able to do. If you see a runner out there to be able to drive that run in, it's sometimes very hard to do. So they're playing some good baseball today here at Silex High School.
I don't know if Jarrett was thinking sack fly on that last one.
I think he was thinking home run.
Yeah, that was very close to either being a home run or extra bases.
Yeah. And
it was a nice play by Blake Thurman coming across to make that catch and return it into the infield with only 1 run coming across.
Yeah, and Thurman did a great job of getting that ball in. I think that's the thing that really stuck out to me is how quickly he got that ball in and was able to limit the amount of runs that came across the plate and how many base runners actually advanced.
Goes an unearned run because there were 2 errors in the inning against Silex, which very uncharacteristic. As the throw goes down, we're ready for baseball, and it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Colin Twellman to lead off for the second inning in a row. He struck out his last time up.
Yeah, it was Twellman and Levy who both struck out, and then that's where the trouble kind of started with Hubbard and then Twellman for Clark.
So Clark trying to replicate the start of last inning, and this one is popped up. Mile high on the infield. Weber wants it. No, the shortstop comes across. Koontz cuts right in front of Colton Weber and takes that away from the little guy.
And he does have priority. But I think Weber
Yeah,
I think that was Weber's ball.
Yeah, it was
all the way
right to second base.
Yeah. Tyler Koontz was just like, well, I want it.
So 1 pitch, 1 out, and a swing and a miss on the first to Max Levy.
So 1 pitch, 1 out, though.
I've been guilty of that, stealing balls from other infielders. This one hit to the shortstop position. Long way. Nice job backhanding that, and a strong throw across by Tyler Koontz to get Max Levy at first base. That's a heck of a play there.
That ball was to the hole, and Tyler Koontz was able to go. It's those long legs. He was able to run all the way to the hole and grab the ball and pick it up and fire it across the diamond for out number 2. He's made 2 great plays there, and hopefully getting the Hawks back in rather quickly here this inning.
Okay, so he can have the first out now,
yeah,
since he made the good play.
Yeah, he can have it.
So the first 2 retired, and this one chopped to the third baseman. Big hop for Jarrett, throw across, and that pulls the first baseman off the bag, but he's able to find it again and retire Hubbard at first base. So a 1-2-3 inning. All 3 outs recorded on infield batted balls, but a very quick inning, efficient inning, and that's what Clark needed after throwing all those pitches the first 2. So we'll head to the 4th, 5-2, Silex leading Clopton on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by True Manufacturing, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
5-2 after 3 innings as Clopton comes up here in the top of the 4th. And I've been impressed with Clopton today. They're leaps and bounds from where they were at the start of the season. They're starting to come up to speed, starting to put the bat on the ball, starting to drive the ball, and they're very much in this ball game, down 3 after 3.
Things are coming together for the Hawks.
So it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Weber, then Daskalakis, and Blackwell.
Weber, he bunted his last at bat. Was fielded by Twellman. And
a swing and a miss to start at bat number 2. It's actually warmed up a little bit. We both brought coats and everything in case it went the other direction, but it's a very nice afternoon, late afternoon here at Silex as that one travels high to even the count on a ball and a strike.
Yeah, I didn't want to be cold this afternoon. I typically run into getting cold at these events, so didn't want to do that.
This one back up the middle, past the pitcher, played the pitcher's mound well to the second baseman Perkins as he fielded it behind the bag and throws out Colton Weber by a couple of steps.
That was fielded very well by Colton Weber, that was by Wesley Perkins.
Yeah, one second baseman to another.
To another, but that ball came right up the middle, and it's hard to get over there quickly, especially with how hard that was hit.
And then you have to play that hop off the mound as well, as that one sails over the head of Pete Daskalakis. And Peter had the count 1-0.
It had a line drive to the second baseman, his last at bat, and he was out. So it was a line drive that was caught by Perkins.
And sends this one out of play. I think that was toward my vehicle.
As long as it doesn't hit your vehicle, that's okay. Go near it all day.
The 1-1. This one back to the pitcher, just like we've talked about all afternoon. Breaking ball pitcher getting little weak grounders back to you. That means your stuff's working, and that's the second out here in the top of the fourth.
So working quickly. Both pitchers are really settling in now.
That brings in Landon Blackwell, the right fielder, number 8 hitter. Base is empty and 2 outs.
He was caught looking his last at bat. It's back in the second inning.
And he fouls one at the plate to start at bat number 2. 5-2 Silex, leading Clopton. Hawks scored in the top of the first to take a 1-0 lead, fell behind 5-1, and got a run last inning to pull within 3. 3/4 swing that time by Blackwell, and it's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the base is empty. And the next, swing and a miss. That's strike 3, and that's the top of the 4th inning. We head to the bottom half. Silex coming up, leading Clopton 5-2 on KJFM.
Coverage brought to you by Sun Window Company, Lynn's Heritage House, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
The area's best coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, home health and hospice in all parts.
We are at Silex High School this afternoon, and Silex leads Clopton 5-2. And we are getting ready to start the bottom of the 4th inning as Will Clark is doing his warm-up pitches to Jenna Wine. Clark had a great third inning where it was 1-2-3. So that was his first 1-2-3 inning of the game.
As the throw goes down, it'll be for the Hawks, or the Owls rather, Twellman, then Beckham and Perkins. The 9-1-2 started off with the designated hitter. Where's number 15, bats from the right-hand side, was looking for signs from Ken Hufty, and Hufty was looking toward the outfield.
Trollman walked his last at-bat, so he had a quality at-bat, saw the ball well.
And this one lifted into left field, ranging under it is Ferguson, and he shades his eyes from the sun and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That's a tough fly ball to catch because the sun is looking directly into his eyes right at this point. Ferguson really had to shield. He has sunglasses on, but I don't know if that was much help.
Yeah, that's a tough left field, and maybe had a little bit to do with the error earlier against Silex. So 1 out, base is empty, and the pitch a strike called to Ian Beckham. He's had an adventurous day.
Beckham, he had an infield single, and he walked.
He pops this one up. It's going to stay on the field of play, and Genowine, the catcher, goes down the line to catch that in foul territory for the second out, and Beckham retired for the first time. And it brings in Wesley Perkins as Clark, here in the middle innings, has settled into a groove.
So Perkins was hit by a pitch, and he had a double down the left field line. He picked up an RBI.
So we've got the Hawks, the Owls, and the backstop Birds here at Silex. They nest in the brick wall that we're sitting on top of.
The backstop Birds.
Yeah. Perkins takes a ball. And if you're watching our video feed of this ball game, you'll kind of see him fly in front of the camera every now and again. So this one's fouled out of play. And it's a no ball, or a 1 ball, 1 strike count. as that one may have gotten an assistant coach's car. I don't know why you would park next to the concession stand here.
It's not a good idea.
Prime foul ball territory.
Unless they have a motive.
Yeah, I mean, if they had some hail damage that
destroy my car, please.
It's all an insurance scam.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. And the next from Clark. Almost hit. Perkins, he looks back at Clark. He really?
Stay on your side.
Go 22, rock and fire. Let's go.
2 balls, 1 strike. The next to Perkins is on the outside corner. 2-2. So you almost hit him inside, and then you just paint that corner on the outside. That's a guaranteed strike.
Make him back off the plate a little bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty and 2 outs. The pitch to Perkins. Checked to swing, took a ball. Count goes full.
Perkins was good to hold up on that pitch. He really wanted it.
Mm-hmm. And the 3-2 offering. And it's a walk. Goes back to the screen. Perkins sheds all his equipment and will make a turn but not advance any further. The 2-out walk strikes again.
That brings in Havlick, who has struck out, and he also walked.
And to shed his shin guards. And ended that streak of, 6 straight retired by Clark?
Yes. Believe so.
Got the final out, then a 1-2-3 inning in the first 2 here, yeah.
Yep.
Check on them Perkins at first, and he's back in with the head first slide. Thurman waits on deck. Havlick batting here with 2 down. Runner bluffs off first. The pitch low and away for ball 1.
Oh, that was called a strike.
Was it?
It was called a strike, yep. I would have assumed it was a ball, but I saw the hand go up, and I heard the call. It was way off the plate, though.
Mr. Ed is not the most vocal behind the plate.
No.
Another check on that runner at first. Perkins not going anywhere. And the 0-1 to Havlick. Runner is going. Pitch inside. Throw down. Not in time. Stolen base for Wesley Perkins.
Not a bad throw by Genowine, though. It was just a little high.
And now the ball gets away. They're going to try and take third. And he's caught in a run. Oh, no. They throw it over the head of the third baseman, and a run's going to come in on the air. Perkins, that is his entire game right there. Creating havoc on the base paths. You don't wear number 79 if you don't do things like that.
So Clopton just got a little sloppy there, and they got a little lazy. They threw the ball around, weren't really paying very much attention, and Perkins was able to capitalize and put another run on the board for the outs.
That's a strike called. It all started with the stolen base. The return throw to Clark hit his glove and rolled, about 10 feet away from the pitcher?
Yeah.
Perkins took off, and they would have had him. This one's grounded to the third base. A nice backhand by Jarrett. Throw across, ends the inning. So that is a free run for Silex, caused by Wesley Perkins just being a pest on the base pass. Owls lead Clopton after 4 full, 6-2 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by True Manufacturing, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
6-2 after 4 innings here at Silex High School. Mark Fronick, Matty Ingram. Clopton coming up here in the top of the 5th as this game has started to get a little pace to it.
It has.
Moved through the middle innings pretty quickly, and now back to the number 9 man, Malik Marshall, to lead off. 9-1-2 for the Hawks.
Marshall, he hit a ground ball back to Twellman his last at bat, so he put the ball in play, so we'll see what he does here.
Getting back to that run scored by Silex in the bottom of the 4th inning. A stolen base, ball just rolls away from the pitcher.
On the throw back into him.
Perkins takes off. He would have been caught dead at third had the ball not sailed over the third baseman and turns into a run. So another unearned run against Clark here this afternoon. And we're ready, and the first pitch to Marshall is in for a strike called.
And we have a pitching change.
We do, as Hunter Hubbard has come in from first base. So maybe they're saving.
Like Twellman is over at first base now then?
That is precisely why
you brought binoculars.
I brought the binoculars today. Yep, they just switched spots. As that one is fouled at the plate. And an 0-2 count. To Marshall, batting against Hubbard. So I'm wondering if they're saving their starting pitcher, Twellman, for later in the week. As this one's hit to the shortstop, past the shortstop into short center field. That's good strike hitting there by the number 9 man, Malik Marshall.
It was a great hit. Right up the middle, found a hole, and starts the inning off with a base runner on first base for the Hawks.
And for the top of the order in Tyler Koontz. And Jarrett in that cleanup spot is lurking down the lineup a little bit. He has just crushed the ball today.
Yes, he has. He's he has all of the runs, I believe, for the Hawks.
Both RBIs.
Yep. So he has both RBIs.
This one is lifted into left and making the catch. Kind of an odd route to the ball by Lorenz, but he makes the catch for the first out, and the runner will stay at first. 6-2 Silex. That'll bring in Jordan Genowine.
And he is 2 for 2 today. So he's had a ground ball to the 5-6 hole for a single and a line drive to center field for a single as well. Dropped in.
Both those hits against Twellman.
And we have a shift going on, it looks like. Blake Thurman is basically in left field.
Yeah. Interesting. There's a strike called. Evens a count of 1-1 after a sweeping curveball missed on the first pitch of this at bat. The 1-1 offering misses away. 2-1. Genowine, the Clopton catcher this afternoon. That one called a strike. 2-2. Runner at first, one down. There's a big pitch coming in for Hunter Hubbard. And it's popped up and out of play. Go get that.
I should, but it looks like there's a little boy going to get it. He's sprinting. He's excited.
You could have caught that on the fly, though.
Yeah, I could have stuck my hand out. Got the extendo arm.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. Late swing retires Genuine. That was a little unexpected pop there from Hunter Hubbard.
Yeah, and it is the first time today that Genuine has been retired. So it is the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Hubbard started with some of the off-speed stuff in this inning and dialed it up there on the 2-2 pitch. 2 outs, and this one is ripped up the middle by Clark, and that's a base hit. Runners at first and second, 2 down for Clopton. As Clark, who had trouble with Twellman, goes right after Hubbard. So Marshall at second, Clark at first. They're not going to do courtesy runner for the pitcher.
But it does bring in Jarrett, who has both of the RBIs on the day. So both runs that have scored for Clopton have come off the bat of Jarrett.
Tyler digs in. They are playing him deep in center and left. Center fielder shading him way toward the left center gap. And that's a ball in the dirt on the first pitch to Tyler Jarrett. And I wouldn't fault Silex for maybe pitching around him here with 2 outs.
Would be a bad idea.
Not intentionally walking him, but not really giving him anything to hit. That one gets away. They're going to try and advance. No. Probably a good idea. Now the throw to second base behind Marshall, who was back in safely. I mean, well before that throw got there. Goes off of the second baseman and into short center, but not far enough.
He seemed a little nervous out there at second base. I think that he just wants Jarrett to knock one in. Knock a run in, make his job a little easier so he doesn't have to worry about stealing.
2-0 the count to Tyler Jarrett. Not holding really either runner. This one is tomahawked into left center. Thurlman, the center fielder, wants it, and he makes the grab. They finally positioned him perfectly and get that one corralled to end the top of the 5th inning. And Silex still leading Clopton 6-2 as they come to bat in the bottom half. It's time to stretch here at Silex on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Sun Window Company, Lynn's Heritage House, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing MercBK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Area High School Sports is on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Memorial Hospital and Cellular and Satellite Center.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at Silex, and the Owls lead the Clopton Hawks 6-2. As Clark's still out there. And he threw a lot of pitches through the first 3 innings, but he's been very efficient since then.
He definitely settled in, and his last few innings have been great. And so his 4th inning was great. His 3rd inning was great, and he really has settled in. So despite that one blemish that last inning, which was also an unearned run, you know, we really haven't seen much out of him. Silex's bats have really been silenced, and Clark is doing his job out there on the mound.
6-2 Owls. And it'll be Thurman, Lorenz, and Colin Twellman, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Owls. As Ken Hufney still making his way down the line into the third base coach's box. Now everyone's ready, and we can start the home half of the 5th.
Thurman's had a good day at the plate. He has 3 RBIs.
That one hit the plate and bounced almost straight up. 1-0
So his last at bat, he had a ground ball to the 5-6 hole, and then he had a sacrifice fly to center field before that. So 3 RBIs on the day so far.
And a ball. That was pretty much right down the middle for ball 2. And the next, there's a strike called. 2 balls and a strike. As the ball gets away from Clark again and into short center field. No one advances this time because there's no one on base. Thurman has it matched. That is the perfect shade of green for the batter's helmet with this uniform.
It is.
Everyone else is sporting black or red or
Blue.
even blue. Yeah. Big cut and chopped foul. And the count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Blake Thurman.
Clark having to work back here and still having to throw quite a few pitches.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. He gets Blake Thurman for the first out of this bottom of the 5th inning. That brings in Gage Lorenz. He wears number 9, will bat from the right-hand side.
I believe that was strikeout number 4 for Will Clark.
And the first pitch to Lorenz is hit in the air, opposite field. Moving on it is the right fielder Blackwell, and that'll be a foul ball. Landed about 5 feet foul. For strike 1. Those are the kind, if they land fair.
Those are the ones that you're just like, those stink. They just kind of dead end. That grass is tall, and so it doesn't really roll very much.
Inside out again, and that one will drop foul in front of first base as Lorenz is just tied up like a knot, but he's able to put the ball in play a couple of times. Behind 0-2. Base is empty and 1 out. Next from Will Clark. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove, actually. Held on to by Genowine, and that's the 2nd out.
So strikeout number 5.
And it brings in Twellman, who's been a strikeout victim. A couple of times, right?
He struck out once, and he had a fly ball
That's right.
to second base. But that was when Koontz grabbed it, so I don't know.
So to short then.
To shortstop, yeah.
Doesn't matter where he is, he's the shortstop. That's what it goes down in the book as.
Yeah.
Fly out to
shortstop.
That's what kills me about all this shifting, and I hope Major League Baseball does away with it.
It's kind of odd seeing fielders cover bags that maybe they're not necessarily supposed to.
Back-to-back strikes against Colin Twellman. He's in the hole 0-2. Base is empty, 2 outs. And the next to the Silex first baseman is fouled back to the screen. In line to be the winning pitcher, but playing first base now. Does he have a hole in his sock? He does.
He does.
The high socks for Twellman, and one of them has been breached. Ooh, almost hit him, and then almost thrown away again by Genowine.
I feel like almost all of my socks had holes in them, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm like, sock with a hole in it? Come on. I had socks in every one of my holes. All of my socks had holes in them.
That one is strike 3 called, and Twellman just drops his head and heads back to the dugout as the 5th inning comes to a close. Still 6-2, another 1-2-3 inning for Clark, but the Hawks trail by 4 heading to the 6th on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by True Manufacturing, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Pretty uneventful fifth inning as we head to the sixth. Silex still leading. Clopton 6-2. And back out for a second inning of work is Hunter Hubbard in relief of Colin Twellman, who's over at first base. And where are we at? It'll be the...
It's Lindsay, Weber, Daskalaskis.
5, 6, and 7. Anyone gets on Blackwell bat out of that 8 spot. As the throw goes down, we are ready for action in inning number 6. EMO matchup. Here on a Tuesday.
Clopton is looking for their first win of the season and their first EMO conference win.
And they've looked good today. Just a couple of defensive lapses and find themselves down by 4. First pitch to Lindsay is outside for ball 1. Much better than when I saw him against Louisiana early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to do when you're trying to build a program from the ground up, is get better every day, every game, and they've done that.
A lot of growing to do, but they've done a great job of doing that this season. They've gotten significantly better.
The 1-1 pitch from Hubbard is chop foul, or line foul off the screen, which I love how the screen works here. It goes all the way down from dugout to dugout.
Mm-hmm.
Really open. The pipes, the supports for that are back behind everyone, so not an obstructed seat here. So this one's grounded to the third base and through the legs of Levy, and then through the left fielder Lorenz, and it's going to be 2 bases on the air. And into second base goes Adam Lindsay. Maybe the sun again, but shouldn't affect you too much on a ground ball, although that was hard hit. That was sharp.
That was hard hit, and Lindsay was thinking 2 bags out of the box. He was really hustling and trying to make something happen.
So the leadoff man in scoring position, and it's Colton Weber. And his first pitch is taken for a strike.
Weber, his last at-bat, hit a ground ball up the middle. It was fielded by second baseman Wesley Perkins, and he was thrown out at first base.
Hubbard would like a line drive at somebody here. See if they can double off that runner, and that one's in the dirt. Ball on a strike.
Good block by Havlick, who knocked that ball down and didn't let it get past him.
He's pretty sound behind the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Ball on a strike. Runner takes his lead off second. This one is fouled at the plate. Ball and 2 strikes. Weber, the second baseman. Where's number 24? Who's your favorite 24?
My favorite 24? I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite 24.
No Griffey?
I mean, yeah, but I don't have a favorite.
Oh, okay.
I know them, but I don't have a favorite 24. Is Griffey your favorite 24?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Being a lefty, yeah. I tried to emulate that swing for years.
As you should. It's a good one to emulate.
Yeah. I settled between him, as that one is called a strike but dropped, and the throw goes down to first. Runner will stay at second, and that's the first down here in the top of the 6th inning. I felt my swing fell somewhere between Griffey and Jim Edmonds, and had absolutely neither of them's production. It was a horrible mix, apparently.
You were just trying.
Yeah.
We were like, one of you, please come through.
Yeah, couldn't master either, though. Jimmy had a great swing.
Yeah, he did. It's always fun to watch players and how their swing evolves through the years, too. You don't notice it as much when you're watching them, but if you go back and watch the videos of them through the years, you watch how their swing evolves. It's fun to watch.
This one grounded toward the vacated second base spot. Over to get it, actually, is Perkins. Throw over in time. Wow, he covered a lot of ground.
Yes, he did.
Runner advances to third base, and he's there now with 2 outs.
He had to cover quite a bit of ground. He was
Behind
pretty much,
second base.
yeah, he was almost in center field area at this point, and he ran all the way over to second base and made the stop and was able to throw Daskalaskis out at first base.
I think if it's anyone besides Peter running there, it's probably a base hit.
Yep.
But
then you have runners at first and third, and it's a different situation.
Daskalakis runs like a first baseman. There's a strike called on a curveball to Landon Blackwell.
Blackwell has struck out both times he's appeared at the plate today. So he had a looking strikeout and a swinging strikeout.
That one up over the head of Blackwell. 1-1 the count. Top of the 6th inning. Runner at third, 2 down. The next to Blackwell is swung on and missed. Kind of got tied up a little bit by that inside pitch.
It was a big cut. Big cut.
1-2. Runner at third, 2 outs. Pitch from Hubbard. Strike 3 called, and the inning comes to a close. Clopton leaves a runner at third base, and we're heading to the bottom of the 6th. The Owls trying to add to their 6-2 lead on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Sun Window Company, Lynn's Heritage House, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Young Enterprises, Family Drug, and Brown's Smokehouse Meats.
Silex comes up, leading Clopton 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mark Fronick, Maddie Ingram here at Silex High School. Beautiful night and a fun ball game so far. Both teams have had some key hits, hit the ball hard. There's been some good defense, some bad defensive plays, and it just makes for an exciting afternoon of baseball.
Yeah, lots of excitement today. Lots of, but the good thing is there's been a lot of balls in play, which is my favorite part. There's not a lot of strikeouts. There's not a lot of walks. There's been some strikeouts, but they've been in key situations. So it's not just been straight pitchers. There's been some offense. There's been some defense. It's been a fun game.
That makes no sense. You're a pitcher.
I know.
You like to see balls in play, huh?
I do, but only like whenever I'm not pitching.
Exactly.
If everybody
when you're
else is,
watching,
yeah.
you want to see action.
Yeah, give me the action. If I'm out there, no, stay off the bases.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Max Levy.
Levy hit a ground ball to shortstop his last at bat, and he was thrown out by Tyler Koontz.
0-1. This one is looped towards short, and Koontz on the run makes the catch for the first out. Nice play, ranging toward third by Tyler Koontz.
He's made quite a few good plays over there today. Has some pretty good range.
That he does, and flashing the leather.
Koontz has been behind the plate majority of the season. So it's nice to see him in another position and doing well there.
This one tomahawked in the air. It's going to be foul territory. They're going to give it a look, and it'll drop foul after a long run by the left fielder Ferguson.
Ferguson almost got there. It looked like he got his glove on it. Came sliding in, trying to make the grab.
And he's happy he got a little running in here. It's been kind of lonely out there in left field today.
At least for the Hawks.
Yeah.
For now, you're like probably headed the ball somewhere else.
Exactly. As that one's in for strike 2 to Hunter Hubbard. He's the pitcher now in relief of Twellman. 0-2 pitch from Clark on its way. And a swing and a miss, and that's the second out.
So it makes strikeout number 7 for Clark.
That'll bring in Tyler Twellman, the designated hitter, with the bases empty and 2 down.
He flied out to left field his last at bat.
All right, well, I'll ask you this. He wears number 15. Who's your favorite 15?
Jim Edmonds.
There you go.
I love Jim Edmonds.
That one called a strike on the outside corner. And an 0-1 count to Tyler Twellman. That's called a strike as well. Low and away, 0-2.
Gentleman kind of floated with that ball. Grabbed the corner there for Clark.
0-2 pitch. This one grounded foul past the Silex on deck hitter, who is the leadoff man, Ian Beckham. He would love to bat one more time, but only if it's this inning.
Yeah. He's had a good day at the plate.
He does not want to bat in the 7th.
No, he does not. A lot of pressure.
Another 0-2. That's up high, a ball and 2 strikes. (6-2) Silex leads. The 1-2 pitch. That's strike 3 called. Got him looking, and that ends the bottom of the 6th inning. Final shot for Clopton coming up in the 7th. They trail Silex 6-2 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by True Manufacturing, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
7th inning here from Silex. Last shot for the Clopton Hawks. And it'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters as Malik Marshall will lead things off. He's been on base today.
He had a ground ball up the middle for a single, and that was off of Hubbard. Was the first batter that Hubbard saw.
In relief of Colin Twellman. This is 3rd inning of work, as Twellman went the first 4, but I think they're trying to limit these pitchers, especially as we get into stretches where there's probably going to be some makeup dates and you don't have the usual rest. You can't spread things out the way you'd like to with your rotation.
That and the potential for more rain, and you never really know when you're going to have to play again.
So you get them some work, but you also limit those pitch counts, which is the tightrope you have to walk as a manager of a high school baseball team. So Marshall finally gets his chance to dig in for the second time against Hubbard. And the first pitch to him is taken for a strike. 6-2 our score. The Owls lead the Hawks. We're in the 7th. That one's a strike. A little bit high. But Hubbard got the call. And now Marshall's going to have to protect. The 0-2. And that one bounces in and actually all the way to the backstop as Havlick, with nobody on, just stabbed at that one.
Marshall was actually running back to go and get it. But Koontz said, no, I got it. Go get your at-bat in.
And the 1-2 pitch. Long look from Hunter Hubbard. And he delivers, and that one bounces out the other way. 2-2. If I were Marshall, I would have just gave that a token swing and started running toward first base.
Mm-hmm. It's a way to get to first base. Base runner.
Any way you can here, down by 4 in the 7th. The 2-2 offering. Protects, fouls it off. And Marshall will have another shot here. 2-2 the count. The shadows creeping across now.
He looks really long, doesn't he? His shadow.
Another 2-2 pitch. And he got him. Looking. Marshall retired, and that's the first out here in the top of the 7th. And brings us back to the top of the order for Tyler Koontz, who has flashed the leather today, and we're going to have some changes as Beckham has come running in to get a different glove. Hubbard has gone back to the dugout. The previous DH, Twellman, Tyler Twellman, ran out to left field, so Lorenz is changing positions as well. I'm guessing Lorenz will be the one to come out of the ball game.
Yeah.
Hubbard back to first.
So they all knew about this plan after the first batter.
Yeah, everything was set in motion as soon as Ken Hufty came out of the dugout. So we're going to have a pitching change, and it would lead me to believe that Beckham is going to be the pitcher.
I think so.
Well, actually, we got a different.
Is
it might be Havlick.
Oh, it is Havlick.
So Havlick will be the new pitcher. Yeah, I saw someone else going out to warm up a pitcher. I'm like, well, that must mean the catcher is coming out from behind the plate. So Daniel Havlick will be coming in to close out this ball game. 1 out, base is empty. In the 7th, we'll take a break. Come back with the new pitcher after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Sun Window Company, Lynn's Heritage House, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
You simply can't buy a better replacement window than one from Sun Window Company. Energy-efficient windows and doors with a lifetime warranty on both the window and installation. Sun Window Company, family-owned and operated since 1989, offers low factory direct prices on high-quality vinyl windows. Custom designed to fit perfectly and built to last. See how much you can save. Call Sun Windows, 573-549-2080 for details and a free estimate. Sun Window Company, Highway 161 in Middletown.
Founded in 2000, Sparks Maintenance Contracting out of Bowling Green has since been performing industrial maintenance nationwide and plans to continue growing. Sparks Maintenance Contracting attention to detail and compassion are only some of the many things that separate them from other competitors. Teamwork is the key to success in business and in sports. Best wishes to all the area teams from Sparks Maintenance Contracting, proudly serving America.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
So no changes across the outfield.
No.
Tyler Twellman will be the shortstop, I believe.
Think so.
So he takes Beckham's spot. Beckham goes behind the plate. Havlick comes out from behind the plate to take over the pitching duties. Hubbard goes from pitcher back to first base, and I believe Colin Twellman is the one that will watch the end of this game from the dugout.
Yeah, so there was lots of changes. It was all a mess for a moment there.
But we figured it out.
We have figured it out.
Tyler Koontz will be the first to face Daniel Havlick. Third pitcher of the afternoon for the Owls, who lead this game by 4. And that one floats outside for ball 1.
Koontz has hit the ball to the left side of the field all 3 times that he's been at the plate today. He hit a ground ball to third base, he hit a line drive to left field, and he hit a fly ball to left field.
The 1-0 is hit in the air. Shortstop wants it, and that is Twellman, and he comes right into the ball game and makes the catch. That's the second out. And Clopton down to their final out, and that final hope will be Jordan Genuine. The major league pop out to shortstop.
Genuine is 2 for 3 at the plate today. He had a line drive to center field for a single and a ground ball to the 5-6 hole for a single, and then he struck out his last at bat.
And this one is popped up. Short right coming in on it, actually going out as the second baseman, and making the catch is Perkins, and this ball game comes to an end. I don't think there was any way Price was going to make that catch, and it was only going to be Perkins, and he ran a long way back to the infield to make the catch and end this ball game. 6-2, the Owls defeat the Hawks. We'll come back with the postgame show for you after this on KJFM.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
True Manufacturing in Bowling Green is hosting a hiring event for production team members Wednesday, April 27th from 12:30 to 3:30 at their Bowling Green plant. True Manufacturing is looking for day, night, part-time, and weekend shifts, plus summer temp help with beginning pay between $18 and $20 per hour. If you're looking for a career change, True Manufacturing may be your answer. Mark your calendar now to attend the hiring event Wednesday, April 27th at 16755 Industrial Park in Bowling Green. Pre-apply now at truemfg.com/careers.
With spring upon us, it's the perfect time to stop by and visit Crazy Ladies Garden Center in Louisiana. They have tables full of vegetables, plants, annuals, and more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 4:30, and Sundays, 1 to 4:30. Crazy Ladies Garden Center, just off Georgia Street behind LA Auto Sales.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated. And Koontz Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, and even snow removal. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction Company go to work for you.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Final in this one, Silex over Clopton 6-2. So Hawks still looking for their first win of the season. Owls pick up another conference win. And this one, it was just pretty much like we talked about in the keys to the game. Silex was able to manufacture some runs, take advantage of some Clopton errors, and they knew it was going to be tough against Will Clark today, but they were able to scratch things out and get a 4-run win.
Yeah, so we saw those runs come from Silex whenever Clopton was putting up base runners on when Clark was issuing those walks. We had a couple of hit by pitches, and then we had a couple of errors in the field, and that's really when Silex was able to capitalize, and that's where you see a majority of those runs come from. And if we look back, a majority of those runs came with 2 outs as well, so not being able to close out and get that third out was what hurt Clopton today. And so seeing who was more successful out on the mound, it just came down to a couple of pitches and being able to close out both mentally and physically.
8 strikeouts in the loss for Will Clark. I mean, just tough luck, you know. a play here or there, or a pitch, one more pitch here or there, this could have been a very different ball game, especially when they struck early. They had the lead after a half inning, but weren't able to get anything really going the rest of the day offensively.
Yeah, and I think that today was a really big step for Clopton. I think that they showed a lot of grit, and I think that they showed that they are able to compete in the EMO conference, and I think that they showed that they've made some big steps, and they've really definitely been able to compete.
I think this was a good matchup for their hitters. They're probably used to getting overpowered like the pitchers of Bowling Green or the other teams around the area that have those big power arms. Twellman, Hubbard, and even Havlick don't throw extremely hard. They rely on location and breaking stuff to get their swings and misses.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this was kind of a matchup that really, the Clopton hitters, they squared up the ball today.
Yeah.
They hit the ball hard a few times, and if it weren't for the Silex defense, this could have been a very different outcome. So, I think they were waiting for a finesse pitcher is what I'm trying to make.
Yeah, today I think both sides, they played some very good baseball. It was a beautiful day for baseball, but I think both teams came out and did the fundamentals correct. Some teams capitalized on it. Obviously, there were times where they both folded. They both had a couple of errors on both sides, whether it be mental, whether it be physical. There were some errors on both sides, but there were quite a good fundamental baseball, that some good things that happened today that was what was setting these teams aside.
Silex was so sound fundamentally last year. You almost think that they're trying a little too much this season defensively, looking for double plays or highlight reel type defensive stops. They've got to kind of get back to basics a little bit, especially with the postseason coming up.
Yeah, they do. And so you've seen them shifted over quite a bit, and we already talked about it where we had a couple of errors in this game where they were looking at the other runners and frantically searching about how can I get this next out, when they were just needing to get one out.
Yeah.
So going into postseason play, you have to get that one out before you can get the next one. So you have to get one out before you can continue. So those small things are adjustments that any team can work on, not just Silex, just making sure you get one out at a time, one pitch at a time.
6-2 our final. Silex over Clopton. We'll wrap up the postgame show for you after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by True Manufacturing, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Bowling Green Ready Mix and Koontz Construction.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
6-2 our final. Silex over Clopton here on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon from Silex High School. Hawks actually led this game after a half inning at 1-0. The Owls came back and tied it in the bottom half, picked up 4 more runs in the second inning, and then added a run, manufactured run a little bit later on for some insurance to win this ball game 6-2 and grab a conference win here in impressive fashion over the Clopton Hawks.
Yeah, it was a good game on both sides. No matter what side you came out on, you can say that it was a quality baseball game. There's things to work on for both sides, but it's a great game getting ready to go into the postseason and preparing you for some of the teams that you may face for the remainder of the season.
Clopton will play again tomorrow. They'll be at home against Mark Twain. I'm not sure Silex's next action. I forgot to look that up before we opened up the microphones, but it's getting into the nitty and the gritty of this 2022 campaign, And you got that handy?
I believe I have Silex here.
That's the Clopton Callaway.
Callaway.
On Thursday.
Yes, on Thursday they play North Callaway, 5 p.m.
And that would be here
That's
at
here.
Silex High School. So both these teams still have action left this week. We'll be back on the diamond again next week for you. Check or stay tuned to Eagle 102 or go to kjfmradio.com to see a schedule of all our broadcasts here on the area sports leader, Eagle 102. For Matty Ingram, Mark Froning saying we'll see you for more baseball next week here on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.